Hey Giovanni, who won the raffle?
Oh, Chris Snyder. I think he's on here actually right now. He's on the call.
Did you have to be on the live stream to see it?
No,
Because
no, no, not
I
at all. No,
couldn't
he was.
find out.
No, no,
I
he
was like,
wasn't on. No, he wasn't on the live stream. No. So yeah, as long as you were like a member, which you are, you were in it. And I'll go over that in a second. All right, so you guys are get ready to go. All
I'm
right,
ready.
so
I'm ready.
good morning, everyone. For those who don't know me, because I do see some new people on there. My name is Giovanni Nicosia. I'm a real estate attorney. I've been an attorney in South Florida for over 25 years. And I own a title company called Supreme Title Escrow. And what we've done, I've started like in October 1st, kind of like a realtor educational training program where I do classes every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I teach classes myself, and I try to bring some experts on different topics on to help you and educate you. I just actually finished the December calendar, and you know, Thursday we have a FERPTA class. Saturday I'm going to do like an Ask the Attorney class with legal updates. Next Tuesday, we're doing like a hometown heroes class. We're doing propay pointers, sellers disclosures. We're doing a business planning class, tax planning strategies for realtors, short sale class. We're doing a finding home buyers on the internet class, contract class. So, I have a lot of things going on in December. I do have like like I said, like I've created like a program. If you go to the website, asktherealestateattorney.com, asktherealestateattorney.com. And if you become a member, like I said, a lot of people on here are members. I do two things. One, actually, I'm doing $1,000 cash raffle every month. So if you're a member of the program, you're actually eligible for the raffle. We did our first raffle last Wednesday, and Chris Snyder, he's on. I think I see his name on here. So if you want to chime in, you can confirm that you did win, you did get the money, and we're gonna do another one on December 22nd. So same thing. If you're a member, you're eligible for the raffle, and also for everybody who's a member of the group. We're going to do free headshots in my office on December 19th. I have a professional photographer doing headshots, editing them, everything like that. It's all included if you remember the group. All you have to do is, I put in the chat, you put in the code LAW, you get a free month, cancel any time, and you're eligible for, the raffle, the headshots and everything else. And, all the trainings. And on the website, have all the recordings. Actually, I just contacted my website guy today to upload more videos, more PowerPoints, things like that. So, so take a look at it. And today, I have Lorna Reyes on. She's from one of my underwriters, West Florida Land Title Insurance Company, and she's going to be speaking basically on social media, business pages, mostly with Facebook and Instagram. I don't know, who on here is really big into social media, who's not. But I personally think I'm like a huge supporter. I think it's something as a realtor you definitely need to do. It doesn't cost you money. Yes, it costs you time, but it's, me personally, I've purchased some people have heard this story before. I've purchased two properties from social media posts. Both times that morning, I was not looking for a property. I had no intention of buying a property. But what I saw was an amazing deal they posted, and I contacted them. The realtors I knew, so I contacted them. Also thinking I'm just going to get a better deal because I know them. But that was, what they posted, drew my attention. Um, you know, One, truthfully, the realtor, it was like a flip. Basically, the realtor, she got me the deal, fixed it up, sold it. I gave her the listing also because, she got me the deal. She made over, I believe, $47,000 from an Instagram post that wasn't even her listing. She got permission to post that listing. She thought it was a good deal. I saw it, I bought it, I fixed it up, flipped it. So she made $47,000 in commission from one Instagram post. So it does work. You have to be consistent. You can't just do it for 1 week and think it's gonna like change your life. No, just like going to the gym. If you want six-pack abs, if you go for 6 days, it's not going to happen. But if you go for 6 months, it still might not happen, but there's definitely a better chance of it happening. Okay, so you just
But you
got to
have
be
to eat right
consistent.
too.
What's that? And you got to eat right. Yeah, I know. So I'm going to let Lorna take over. If you guys have any questions, please chime in. That's how we all learn. So participation is important. Participation is great. So yeah, Lorna, good morning. How are you? Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me here today. I'm so excited. I've been looking forward to this class. This is one of my favorite topics to discuss with realtors, and I think that it's so important for them. So thank you for having me today. Like Giovanni mentioned, my name is Lorna Reyes. I'm with Westcore Land Title Insurance Company. And I like to say we're secret agents most of the time. You never hear from us unless there's an issue. So if you haven't heard of us, that's a good thing. My role here is to assist you guys. I am also a licensed real estate agent. I do not do real estate, but I do take the benefits of being in the industry to help realtors become more successful and helping partnering with our title agents, just like Giovanni, to help you guys be more successful. I feel like if we can help you, obviously we generate more business. It trickles down to all of us. So like I mentioned, I am very excited about this because I love real estate. I think for me, it was a great career. And I'm very biased to it. So I love to see realtors succeed and to move forward and to create a positive image in our industry. So today we're going to discuss Facebook business page and Instagram pages and why it's so important for you guys in your business. If this will move, okay. So this is me. I am on social media as well. You're welcome to follow me. I am on LinkedIn, Instagram, like Snapchat. I'm not in yet. TikTok. I might be in. No, I'm in Snapchat, not TikTok. I only do the filters for Snapchat. But I still feel that Facebook, for example, is one of the top social media platforms that you should be using. I know the other ones are trending and TikTok continues to grow, but I still feel like all the generations and everyone's still kind of migrating to Facebook. So I would encourage that you guys use it as well. So these are some of the things that you'll learn today. We're going to talk about creating a business page and what the differences are between a business page and a personal page. It's got to be compliant, obviously. You got to follow your rules of marketing. We're going to talk about do's and don'ts of social media business page. How to maximize content by using Business Suite, which I love. Sometimes it looks like I'm posting stuff on social media, but I'm really not. So Business Suite helps me do that. Also going to share some helpful apps to enhance your content. I know that's one of the top reasons why sometimes realtors are hesitant to put stuff on social media. What do I put? I don't know what to create. How do I write things? So we're going to talk a little about that. So the business objective of social media is to obviously grow a brand. Each one of you as realtors are an individual brand. You're independent little companies. Hopefully you all have your professional profiles that you're using to market yourself and you're using on all platforms and all kinds of marketing ideas that you're doing right now. So social media is just another way to get your brand out there. Like I say, I always tell people, you guys are like little Coca-Cola brands. Each one has a different flavor. And that's why it's so important that you guys stay consistent with your profile pictures and the stuff that you post, maybe colors, so that you can continue to grow your brand and so people can recognize it just like you would recognize Coca-Cola or Starbucks or something to that effect. So growing your brand and social media goal is to create awareness. Who are you? What do you do? What's your specialty? How do you measure that? We're going to talk about metrics also. How many followers do you have? How many shares? How many other content is getting activities? You want to turn your customers into advocates because when you're posting and sharing things, your customers who have worked with you, they're super proud of you and they want to share, hey, this is my realtor, look what they're doing. They just listed something. So this is a great way to turn your customers, because everyone loves to share stuff on social media, into your advocates. Also create engagement. One of the biggest complaints about realtors is that they do the sale and they forget about the customers. Well, you can continue to stay engaged with your customers via social media. So, and it's very simple. I'll give you a couple that you guys can do. It doesn't take all day. Like Giovanni said, you have to stay consistent. You have to constantly work in social media so they can work for you. You're going to drive leads and sales. Giovanni gave a great example of how he bought properties on social media. I've heard many realtors have a lot of success with social media marketing themselves or properties that they sell. So it's a great way to put the information out there, meaning conversions, meaning, converting customers, converting leads, converting sales. And you can improve your customer retention. You can get consumer information like reviews and different things to help people, comment about you and their experience and stay with the same customers that you have. I haven't done real estate in a while, but most of the customers that I work with years ago, I still have on my social media. I have some that moved to other countries, and I still stay in touch with them, and they still call me with questions about real estate, or to help family out. So don't undermine the power of social media, because they have so many benefits. I know it can be a little scary, and we'll talk about that, but it's a great tool. So let's start with Facebook. So what's Facebook? Facebook is a social network website where we can comment, post, share photographs, stay in contact with people. Most of the time, people assume or use it for staying in touch with friends and family. And I know that whenever I tell people, like, put your customers in your Facebook, family or friends, it's a little scary. Well, in reality, when you're involved, connecting with your customers, you do share things about yourself. You share about the kids. You have a wife or you have a husband, your dogs. Different things, because people like to do business with people that they like and that they connect with. So social media is a way of doing that. Now, what about those people that say, well, I don't want them to see certain things, or I don't want them to know certain things about me? My recommendation to that is, if you don't want anyone to see something, you should not be posting on social media, period. Because even if you're private on your profile, anyone can take a picture of your content and share it. So I always recommend, do not discuss politics, religion, stay on the topic, share positive things, and just, if you feel like maybe you have to create a group or something to communicate with your family or friends, then you can do that as well. I don't know if you guys use groups, but I have different groups that I have. For example, I have one for my dad's side of the family, I have one for my mom's side of the family, and we use different content. I have one for my own siblings. So depending who I'm sharing with and what the conversation is like, those group is who I'm sharing with. I don't particularly like to put pictures of children. I try to limit the amount of pictures I put out there. Sometimes I do have to remind people that I have kids, because I don't post them all the time. But that's the way that I run my social media. But you guys can do it the way you want. I get with you based on, who you are, your activities. I used to connect with a lot of people that were interested in orchids. I created Lorna's Orchid Chronicles, and I have my little private group of, orchids enthusiasts. So that's another way to connect with people. So let's talk about, how do we create a business page? And a business page is very different from your personal page. So as you can see here, this is my personal page. And then you can either log in if you already have an account, or you can create one if you don't have a business page, a regular Facebook page. You sign up by putting, very minimal information: your name, your last name, phone number, password, your age. Obviously, there's a limit. I believe now it's at 13 years of age, you can sign up to Facebook, and then your gender and all that information. And once you have that set up, you can create your Facebook page. Now, let me minimize this because I can't see here. All right. So this is my personal page, like I mentioned, and it has different buttons, different areas. There's the home screen, as you can see on the top. It has selected the home area. And you can see on the right side, it says your page files. So this is my business page for Westcore. And then you can have multiple pages. You can create multiple pages, and always maintain a different picture for both. Again, I would encourage you to use your business picture for your business pages to make sure you don't get confused with the different pages. You can also go into the menu to create a new business page. So once you select on the menu, it's going to give you page, connect and share with customers or fans. You can post or go into that page. And let's look at the phone view. If you decide not to use a computer, I still like, for when I'm doing my social media stuff, I prefer to be on the computer, not so much on the phone. I mean, I do share from the phone, but creating a page, updating or scheduling things, I always like to be on the computer. This is the phone view. And on the bottom, you can double click on the bottom where my picture is, bottom right hand corner, and it'll swap over to either business page or personal page. Or to create it, you can go on the top. So that's how you switch over. Then it takes you to the pages. and then you can select the page that you want to go into. I created a ABC Realty page just for an example, and as you can see, it has my West Core business page and my ABC Realty business page. If you want to create a new one, you can go into Create, and that way you can set up a different account. So to create a business page, you need some information. And remember, you have to stick to your marketing rules by FREC and by your broker, broker information. This is the way I created the ABC Realty page. I also put in the category, I am a real estate agent. They have real estate company or whatnot. I'm going to promote my page as a real estate agent. And then I put a short bio of myself, experienced realtor at ABC Realty, specializing in the vibrant Cape Coral area. I just created whatever content. You should have a standard bio that you have across all of your platforms. I hope that you guys are updating all those different websites, realtor.com, Zillow, Yelp, Google Business, so that you have the same information consistent in all those websites. And as you start building the page, you will see that what the page looks like and what starts, this starts to come alive. So put the information, the name, the category, the bio. And again, just another friendly reminder, advertising, remember, all advertising must be in a manner in which reasonable person will know they are dealing with a real estate licensee. All real estate must include the license name of the broker firm. No real estate advertisement place or cause to be placed by license shall be fraudulent, false, deceptive, or misleading. So as you continue to create your business page profile, you're going to enter website if you have one, or you can use your broker's phone number, email, location, hours of operation, even though most realtors work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For the location, I would encourage you to use your broker's address, broker office address, not yours, obviously. Or maybe you want to put in a city. If you specialize in a specific city, maybe you want to put it there. Some people do like Fort Lauderdale or Miami or something broad like that. It's up to you how you want to do it, or just keep your broker's office. And I mentioned that because maybe your broker's office is in, I don't know, Pembroke Pines, but you maybe work more Coral Gables or maybe Coral Springs. It all depends to where you want to kind of target your customers. That's kind of what I would recommend. Always have your profile picture and make sure to put a cover picture in the background, maybe some type of real estate or something, or maybe your broker's logo or whatever you feel comfortable with. Remember, when using pictures, be very careful. Hopefully you guys are using services that give you stock pictures that you can use and not get in trouble for copyright violations. So that's something very important when you're also doing your marketing or posting stuff on social media on a business level.
Hey, I just want to add one thing about the contact information. Like that's like, it just blows my mind. Like, as a realtor, your job is to get people to contact you. And we get like deals and I cannot find the realtor's phone number. I cannot find their email address. We're doing Google's or we're doing on social media and it's nowhere to be found. And if I can't find you, I don't know how customers are supposed to find you. So make sure, get your contact information out there. Because really, your goal is to get people to call. Your goal is to get people to email you. As I said, if I can't find the information, I don't know how clients are going to find it. So, definitely get your stuff out there.
I agree with that. I also have Are You a Secret Agent class I created just for that same reason, because as a realtor, people should be able to find you. There's no excuse for people not being able to find you. I had the same situation as Giovanni. I was actually looking in another state and could not find a single realtor to inquire about a property in that area, and no one called me back. It was horrible. So yeah, it's very important that you provide your information. And again, it should be across any website that anyone will go to that's related to real estate. Your information should be available and easy to reach so that people, real estate is impulsive. If they buy it, all right. So very important. You do kind of have to have a personal page to help grow your business page on Facebook. Why? You can only recommend your business page to people who are friends with you on Facebook. Does that make sense? So I get the question asked a lot, how do I promote the page? Well, you can promote it with ads, which cost money, But you can, if you have customers, friends, colleagues, business partners, people already in your sphere of friends in Facebook, you can share your profile, business profile with them through Facebook. So that's one of the benefits of adding your customers to your business, your personal page, because then you can share your profile of your business page to them. And this is very important. You have to definitely grow the numbers of followers you have on your page so that you can get insights. And we're going to cover that in a minute. Now I'm going to go into Instagram, switch over for a little bit, and it works pretty much the same. I'm sure you guys probably have an Instagram account. You can either log into your personal account or you can create a new one. One of the questions I get asked is, should I have a different page for my business on Instagram? What I do is I do have a personal Facebook page and a business page, but I only have one Instagram account. I didn't have to grow the number of followers I had because I already have followers on my personal, and also I'm managing two different accounts. So what I do is the content on my Instagram is a little bit personal, it's a little bit business. Remember, I do limit what I do post depending what it is, but I do kind of use it as a business personal account because people want to, if you post only stuff about business, I just listed, I just sold, look at this property, people are going to tune out. So by sharing a little bit of my personal, people still stay engaged. Oh, by the way, Westcore, we're doing this. Oh, by the way, Westcore, we're doing that. And here's some of Lorna shenanigans. So I try to keep it a little bit of both on my Instagram account. Same thing if you decide to create a new account, mobile number, full name, username, password. You also log into Facebook with Facebook and it'll connect your accounts, which is super important. I do have my accounts connected. So when I'm posting in Instagram, it automatically posts into Facebook and I have to do the work. Now, I love that I can share from my personal account also into my business page on Instagram, which is great because it also saves me time. So when I do post those personal things, I'm not doing it twice. So very important that you guys connect the two accounts together because it'll save you so much time. So you should consider, like I said, growing your followers on Instagram and even on Facebook. You need at least 100 followers to access insights, and over 500 followers everyone has access to your stories. I think that will change a little bit on Instagram because now they're more focused on the content and not so much of the amount of followers. They want to make sure that you are creating content that people will like and obviously it gets shared, and not so much how many followers you have. And as you guys already know, if you have a gazillion followers, you're an influencer, you can generate business money from that. Up to you if you want to do that part. I'm very selective. I don't want to grow my followers unless they're really interested in what I'm posting or in my industry or my content. I'm not looking to, make business out of, social media. But that's just for me to share with you. What I think is most important is the access to the insights. And that's going to tell you if your content is getting, traction, if people like it, if they don't. It also tells you who your followers are because that's going to help you create content that will connect with them. So insights are super important. I always try to encourage people to check them out because they make a difference. Now, stories. The stories are great. It's a great tool. I know that it was kind of like something started by other platforms, but I feel like they're excellent. They're tools, great tools for engaging or sharing information, photos or videos. I love stories for like open house, or maybe you're gonna do, you're gonna go live, or you're gonna post some type of very important information. Stories are a great way to get it out there. Stay tuned. Don't forget to check my website. At whatever date and time, we have this information coming on, a new walkthrough on a new property we just listed, or, just anything related that you want to post. I once did a gender reveal for my sister, and I started it to story, and then I went live, and I got a lot of attention for that. So story was able to get that message across and remind people, hey, this is coming up. The stories usually disappear in 24 hours. So if you have issues with commitment, 24 hours is gone. You can do it again. They're usually about 15 seconds long, but you can also share 4 15-second recording, which equals to 60 seconds total. You can share stories specific followers. You can also limit who it's going to. Remember what I said, if you use the groups or lists on Facebook, you can kind of do the same thing with stories. You can only select specific people that you want to share it with. If you want to limit, maybe you don't want it for your customers, you want to share it just to a specific person or group.
Hey, Lorna, best to
So this
ask
is,
if I'm sorry, Lorna, best to ask, do the photos have to be your own? Like, let's say, photos of house, things like that, they have to be stuff you took yourself if you're, if you're posting them, sharing them?
you should. That's what I mentioned earlier, to be careful about sharing photos. It should be yours. Like even the background picture that you have on Facebook, I would recommend, when you're doing listings or doing showings, and I had back in the days, I had a picture of like Key Biscayne. I was at a property. I just took a picture, and that's the picture that I used. So try to use stuff that you guys created, or use companies that provide free stock pictures as a member that you can use, so that you don't get in trouble. So yes, you should be using your own pictures. Never builders, never associations, never any of those places, because you can get in trouble. Okay. So yes, so these are some of the ways that you guys can utilize stories. You can do announce upcoming listings. You can do virtual walkthroughs. Those are exciting. Closing day with your buyers. Everybody loves that. Make sure you get permission from your customers to do that. Most people enjoy that, and you tag them, and that's great marketing, because it's gonna show up on their Facebook. Their friends are gonna see it. They're gonna want to know who you are. So that's free marketing. Introduction videos about yourself and your niche. I love videos on YouTube. Some realtors also have YouTube channels, and you can create videos about almost anything and show that you are an expert in the field. You can do 5 things to look for at an inspection, or you can do how to spruce your home for the holidays. I mean, you can take an article pretty much and create a short video about it and make yourself the expert, and share these on stories or on your social media platforms. You can do personal, funny, engaging posts, not related to real estate. Again, you want to switch it up a little bit. You can't always do business, because people, if they're not looking for a house right now, they're not interested, they might just tune you out. They might select, unfollow, and that's not what you want. I describe my Instagram account. That's one of the reasons why I try to do both things. So I do get my message out for my business, but then I also share something about myself. Hashtags. Hashtags are super cool, super important. This is how people identify things that they like, they relate to, and they follow. And there are a limit in some cases. In stories, 11 to 30, I think it was the recommendation. In Facebook, 30, but it's recommended 2 to 3. When you do too many hashtags, sometimes too, it can become like spam. So you kind of have to be careful, and try to use hashtags that pertain to whatever it is that you're sharing. It's got to make sense. You can't, add something, because then you're going to get other people that might think they're following something, but that's not what they're looking for. So make sure that whatever hashtags you're using is relatable to whatever it is that you're sharing. Now, Meta Business Suite. I love this tool, and there are many other services that can do this as well. And what this does, like I mentioned to you guys, it connects both your Facebook and your Instagram. The other services can connect LinkedIn, Twitter, and everything else. So when you're sharing content, you do it once. So I love Meta Business Suite.
How do you access that? How do you access that? Because I've never seen that before.
It's on
Like, is it
Facebook,
through Facebook,
on the business page
Instagram?
side. And there's an app also.
Awesome.
I downloaded the app. Yeah, I downloaded the app on my phone, and this is what I use. So as you can see there, it has both my Facebook and Instagram page together. I can create posts, I can create reels, I can create stories. It tells me what's trending in the last 28 days, both for separate accounts. All my notifications are here. I can also reply to messages that came in from Facebook or Instagram. It doesn't matter. I can answer it through here, the same platform. I can also use Planner, which is my about this. So a lot of people think sometimes I'm doing something or somewhere, but I'm really not. Like, 4th of July, I'm not posting on social media. I'm sitting by the beach with my little drink. But my planner is scheduled to post something that day to share with people. With Planner, you can schedule ahead of time. You can do the holidays, so you can have your Thanksgiving dinner and not have to worry about posting something. So it's another great tool to save time, so you're not on social media all the time. I have my stuff preset already, so like I'll schedule things later on. Again, the content, you can separate it. You can do it at the same time, different things. Do the inbox, monetization I'm not using. You can create your ads if you want to create ads. Other tools also, if you want to schedule classes or events, different things, everything is right here on the Meta Business Suite. Just recommending it. Like I said, there's other platforms that can also connect to other social media platforms. This one specifically for Facebook, because you know, Facebook and Instagram are the same company. So these are the things that I want you to look at, and this is showing you where the content, if it's reaching people or if it's not. So if you're going to spend the time on social media, you want to make sure the time is spent wisely and that you're getting results. So using the insights and all the tools in Meta Insights or in the business page insights, it's super valuable to you, because then you're going to see what are people connecting with. This particular post I made had a lot of activity. Why? And it also tells you who your followers are, which is super important, like I mentioned. Maybe you have a lot of millennials, or maybe you have a lot of baby boomers. Baby boomers are retirees, so what they're looking at is not the same as millennials. So if you have followers that are baby boomers, you want to connect with them. You want to share things that they're going to connect with. That's the goal: engagement, connection. And even if they're not buying, that's important, because they talk to other people and they might share with other people, hey, if you're looking for somebody, I follow this one realtor and they're always sharing stuff and they're very knowledgeable, maybe you should give them a call. Free marketing. So it's super important that you guys utilize all those insights and look at the information that's there for you, because if you're doing social media, you want to see that it's working. If it's not, then you just tweak it and see how it works. And there's no right or wrong recipe. You just kind of have to figure it out, because everyone has a different business profile. Everybody has different customers. Everybody has a different, market that they focus on. So you have to kind of work at it and look at it to see, okay, how does this work? How do I generate business from this? This is the planner, like I was telling you guys, and this will show you like the activity that I had going on between August and September. These are some of the things that I posted. You can see which ones were Instagram, what were videos, what were shared things. If you look on the 27th, that one had 14 likes. That was okay. On Wednesday, in Instagram, I had 15 likes. Okay, it was okay. And that was about the hurricane, so that was important. People obviously wanted to see that. And then Friday was things that were scheduled. I think Thursday was what was happening that day where I took this picture. It will tell you obviously how many people reacted to your post, how many people engaged your post, how many comments. And if you look at the bottom, 5 p.m. this week, your Instagram followers it's going to tell you what are the best times for you to post in social media. So on Facebook, 7 a.m. would be the perfect time for you to post, because that's where most of your followers are active. On Instagram, 2 p.m. on Labor Day would be the most recommended time for you to post. So it's pretty much doing the work for you. You schedule it at the recommended time, and you remember that commercial, set it and forget it. That's pretty much what you do. Now, to schedule a post is very simple. As you can see, there's a drop menu on the top which says post to, and you can select if we want to do social Facebook or Instagram. You have to have a picture to post into Instagram, because Instagram is all about pictures. So if it doesn't have a picture, whatever you're posting, it's going to deselect Instagram. So keep that in mind. You got to have something to post on Instagram, otherwise you can't. And then once you've selected where you want to put it, you just schedule it. It'll give you another menu. Once you go to share, it's going to say post now or schedule, and then you tell it the date, time, or whenever you decide that you want to post the content. So other applications that I think are very important for you guys to consider. Content. This one of the things that I ask the most. How do I create content? How do I know what to post? I have different apps that I use. I have one that has like news articles or magazines or different things, flipboards, and I select what are the contents or the things that I want to know about, or what I want them to notify me about. Some people maybe have politics, maybe some people have travel or whatever. You can select everything, anything you want. So I use those things to kind of see what articles are out there available that I can share. BuzzSumo is also something that you can use. It is, I believe there is a charge for that, where it gives you trending things that you can also share into your social media. It could be related to real estate. Again, maybe you want to do more of traveling, being that we live in South Florida. Why not share traveling stuff, traveling news, things that you can do, or reasons why Florida is such a desirable place? I mean, there's tons of stuff about that. But BuzzSumo is a great tool that you can use to find things that are trending that you can use to share on your social media platform. ChatGPT, I've converted so many people on ChatGPT, even people who are not real estate related. So people struggle with how to write things, how to do things. How do I share this? Well, ChatGPT is kind of like you tell it, okay, I want to say this, I want to create a social media post about this and what a wonderful time it is, and make sure you share this time with your family. I mean, you literally tell it, this is what I want you to say. And you can even tell it, make it so many characters long, because I've created like a bio for myself. I updated all my bios and all my information. I've copy paste what I have. I shared it to ChatGPT. I told it to tweak it and to add certain things and to make it so many characters short. And it just spit it out for me. Now, AI, everyone freaks out about AI. But if you're using Siri, if you're using Alexa, if you're using Google, you're already using AI. So the best thing to do is definitely to, look into it. There's always a little caution. Remember, whenever you put ChatGPT, you kind of put into the book. It's there, so be very selective as to what you share with it. But I guarantee it's a great tool to help you create content or sound more professional or give you ideas. Sometimes for me, it's like a starting point, because if I want to write something and I need inspiration, I kind of use ChatGPT to kind of get me started, and then I personalize it or I clean it up and I kind of tweak it to make it maybe sound more like me. Even though it's very smart, after a while, that's just your characteristics. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, so ChatGPT is a great tool that you guys can talk about posting or how to create little messages or quotes. Canva is my favorite. I know there's other services available. Canva is free for the basic service, but if you do buy pictures, like they have free pictures and they have some, the nicer ones obviously are upgrades. So if you want to buy their pictures, if you're buying one per dollar, you could just pay like the monthly service and have access to all of those stock pictures and create different content. You can do videos. You can use your videos. You can use their videos. You can use their pictures. You can use your pictures. It's great for creating newsletters. If you want to do a newsletter with ChatGPT's help, you can create like little messages. Great tool, I think, for you to create, information or even sharing your listings, just adding up, uploading your pictures and using that. I love Canva. I can't speak highly enough of Canva. It's great. And Canva now too had recently done a new update, and now they also do AI with their platform. So it's really cool. You kind of tell it what you want and it does it for you. So yeah. I know I have some questions. When we finish the presentation, I'll go ahead and answer the questions. I see there's a couple discussions going, but I can't see them right now. So do's and don'ts. Do post regularly. Giovanni mentioned that from the beginning. You do have to be engaged there. Some people maybe select specific days they want to do it. Maybe you want to do it every day. Like I said, the schedule tools, it's a great tool because depending, what's ahead, like now we can add stuff about, different holidays and, celebration and whatnot. Use hashtags because that, again, hashtags is the way people find content and things that they can relate to or they're interested in. Check your privacy settings. That's another important thing, especially if you're using social media, if you decide to open it up to your customers. There's specific settings also to limit what people tag you on, especially during the holidays. You might have had, really good time at a party, and for those pictures, you don't want them to be shared. So by selecting to approve anything that you're tagged on will control, obviously, those things showing up on your feed so the people can see it. That happens all the time. But yes, definitely use your settings because that limits and controls the privacy of the stuff that's getting shared about you or even other people. Sometimes people post things not related to you. You know, let's talk about politics. You know, maybe they share something about politics and they tag you on it. That may be your belief or may not be your belief, but it's definitely something that you don't want people to see on your profile. So you want to limit things like that. You want to reference your sources. Be careful with that as well. You know, you want to make sure that if you share something from somewhere, you reference the sources. Remember, as a business, because if you're using a business space to promote yourself as a marketing author, you are a business, so you definitely have to share who your sources are, just like you cannot, you know, use pictures from someone else because they could come after you for that. Include your broker information, super important. Remember, you don't work for yourself. You have to definitely market your broker. Don't share personal information. Obviously, limit the amount of personal information you put out there. Those games that I see all the time, I wonder if people realize, you know, what's your favorite color? What was your first pet's name? Those are the security questions that they ask you when you're logging into the bank or when you're doing security questions to get access to your account. And people love playing those games. And those are the things that scare me the most because they're kind of cute. Yeah, they give you cute, you know, little feedback and little pictures and your personality. But if you think about it, you're giving away all of your personal information and access to a lot of your stuff by doing these little games. Do not discuss religion or politics. You know, be respectful. I know we're all very passionate about our stuff. But I just encourage you not to share it on there or put it out there because it doesn't look good. Especially during the last couple of years, I know a lot of people who lost a lot of friends, co-workers, partners, situations, all because of these topics, and it's just not worth it. Don't be fake. Be you, especially with your profile picture. Make sure you have a current one because we know what you look like already. Not 10 years ago. But you definitely want to show who you are and be honest because people can see right through that. So try to be as original as possible and don't be afraid. Sometimes people are like, oh, you know, when I do videos, I want the video to be perfect or I want to do this, you know, a certain way. People could tell. And usually people connect more with those that are kind of natural. If you're clumsy, it's like, oh my gosh, that would be so me. You definitely want to show your personality. And I encourage realtors to do videos because believe it or not, people already feel like they know you. When they watch your videos and they see you regularly, they see your mannerisms, they see the way you talk. I've had a lot of times where I've gone to different places and people are like, they know me because they see me on social media. Oh my God, you're so-and-so. Oh my God, this and that. I'm like, no idea who this person is. But they already feel comfortable talking to me because they feel like they know me because of the content that I put out. So think about that when you're putting stuff, you know, remember people are going to, you know, connect with you if they like you and they're watching you, even though they don't like yourself or they don't comment on your things, people are watching. And remember, don't use other pictures. Please, 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 please. Do not, I hear it a lot, I hear people getting in trouble because they use pictures from the communities or from the developers, the buildings, or they took it from MLS. Big no. Use your own pictures. If you want to pay a photographer or you yourself, I mean, we all have cameras that we carry on our phones all the time. Make sure you use those instead of using other people's pictures. And I know that I've shared, okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, when you're ready, I wanted to just throw in some things from my experiences.
Okay, go.
All right, well, first,
share it.
You know, I've done every type of advertising you can imagine. I've had actually a full billboard on Fine 95. I've had bench ads. I've had taxi cab ads. I've done TV. I've done radio. I've done mailers. I've done magazines. But one of the things that actually got me the most business in the past was I started a Facebook group, and it's called, you know, Ask the Real Estate Attorney. And I probably in, you know, 2017, 18, I started this. And basically what I would do is, you know, realtors would post questions and I would answer them. And I still do it to this day. And it got me so much business because truthfully, I was just basically helping people. I wasn't asking for anything. I wasn't doing anything, just really answering questions. And then so I literally picked up about four offices as their primary, preferred title company, where the broker kept seeing me do this and reached out to me and wanted to meet me, wanted to work with me for something that cost me no money whatsoever, just just took time, and it's the same with you. There's things you could do, just, educating people, teach, when you find out about something new, letting them know about it. Like, whether it's, the homestead or whether it's tax, like actually, I just heard now, I don't know if you guys know this, like starting next year, you hear about all this like fraud with the house, people, title fraud and stuff like that. And there's these companies that sell it. Well, starting next year, every single county has to provide a free service where people can register their property and they get alerts if anything happens, well, so they have websites for that now where they can register their property. I mean, that's a great way to reach out with people. So there's things you could do to, like, reach out there and show them that you're helping them and not asking for anything. And hopefully once they need somebody, they think of you. Also, I think it's really important to hit them up from every angle, not just be a superstar on one platform. You want to be on everything. Example, like there's people who are just like, let's say, I know one, like, she's like, there's like 1 million followers, subscribers, whatever, on TikTok. But, let's just say TikTok, let's say the US government banned TikTok, right? Then she'd be nothing, because that's the only platform she's really huge on, so you want to hit them up from every angle. Like I started really like, I've always done social media, but I really since I started this program with this Ask the Real Estate Attorney, I've really tried to, be more active on social media. So like, I'm more active on Instagram, I'm more active on YouTube. I've joined TikTok. Like YouTube, actually, I've only been doing it, I think since probably October 1st or so. I try to post 3 videos a week. I passed 100,000 views today, on YouTube. And not even like, so imagine you consistently do that, on Instagram, so on Instagram, same thing. Email blast. So what I'm trying to do is, like, you go on Instagram, you see me, you go on Facebook, you see me, you go on YouTube, you see me, you go on TikTok, they see me, you go on your email, you see me. Truthfully, Thursday or Wednesday, somebody left me a 1-star review because they were getting too much stuff from me. It kind of sucks.
Wow, what a bad review to have.
Yeah, I know. Sensitive. So it kind of sucks. But I have plenty of 5-star reviews that I don't even care. It wipes that out. I don't even care. But it just shows you what I'm doing is working. I'm sitting that, I'm in their face, and hopefully when they think of an attorney, think of a title company, they're going to think of me. Or if they, and it works. Actually, this is funny. Last week, I did a video on power of attorneys, and, a client, somebody I worked with in the past, I haven't worked with lately, saw the video and just so happened he's working with a client who's buying a property using a power of attorney. And he reached out to me about it, asking me if the power of attorney was valid, stuff like that. He sent to me a review. He submitted an offer and got the deal accepted and sent me the deal. And it was mainly from seeing my video on power of attorneys, reminded him of me, so that's what I'm trying to say. It's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. You want to stay in people's faces consistently. They may not need you now, but at some point, everyone's going to need a realtor. Everyone's going to need, or know someone who's going to need a realtor. And you want to be the first person they think about, So as I said, I personally think,
so important.
Social media, email blasts, having a CRM where you're in their face, just like truthfully, I about a month or 2 ago, I went to look at a property. I got an email, same thing like I mentioned before with the Instagram. I got an email blast about some property. It was like a $700,000 property on the water in Pompano, a fixer up. And I look at the comps, they're all over $1.5 million. So I called the realtor right away. And of course, it wasn't her listing. Once again, I thought it was her listing. That's why I called her, thinking, okay, it's a realtor. I know I'm going to get a good deal. I'm going to get, and it wasn't, she was just saw a good deal was advertised. When we went to see, we put an offer. We didn't get accepted, but she almost made, what's that? Like, is that $21,000 from an email blast, right? If the offer got accepted, so there's just like so much you can do without spending money, like it just takes time. It just takes consistency. But if you do it repeatedly, you do it over and over, it's gonna work. There's just no way, it's not gonna work. So that's it. That's just my opinion. It's just like, if you consistently do it, there's so much you can do, and do it. So I don't know. Any questions, anything,
Well,
any comments anybody has?
I do,
Go
when I
ahead.
think we do have some questions there, but I haven't looked at it. But I do want to, kind of reiterate that he's mentioning. If I told you guys, I know a place where you guys can network with a gazillion people, wouldn't you guys want to go there? And that's what these platforms are. And Facebook is still, like I mentioned, the largest. If Facebook was a country, it would be a country in the world. So why wouldn't you want to go network with all of those people? So you have access to all of these people through these platforms. Instead of you having to go, get dressed, put your face on your hair, drive to a location, spend money out there. You can do it from your phone, from your computer, from the privacy of your home, from sitting outside your patio, from wherever. You can network with people, but it takes some work, like Giovanni mentioned. And then you also have to share stuff that they're going to connect with. Or even if they're not interested at the moment, I always encourage realtors, don't be afraid to help people. I love Giovanni's way of working, where he just gives out the information. You have a question, I'll help you, because he's a professional. He's not afraid of giving out that information, or he's not expecting anything back technically. He just said, oh, okay, well, see you later. Those people, they could be potential customers in the future, or like I explained to you, they might know someone. And because Giovanni didn't treat them bad or didn't reject them, they're going to recommend him because, hey, you know what? I was able to talk to someone, and that was very helpful to me. Maybe you should give him a call because he was very knowledgeable about these topics. And that's what you want. You want people to think about that and think of you when those situations come up. And sometimes it's behind the scenes. You think that you're not getting across to people because people are notorious for not liking or commenting, but people are watching. I walk to people all the time. I see people I haven't seen in a long time. They're like, oh my God, I love watching your stuff. I love all the things that you post, but they never hit like, ever. And let me tell you, they know everything that I am up to. So don't think that it's not working. Because again, if you're looking at in your personal page, you can't see the insights, or you can't see what people are doing if they don't like it. But on your business, you can. You can see that it's getting activity, followers, it's being shared, that people are talking about it, and that's kind of what you want. Because you can be showing properties or doing something else, and get your content is creating more people, which is what you should be doing. Real estate, the business of the more people you connect with, the more people you interact with, the more people, those generate leads, and then those generate deals, listings, contracts, and that's what you want. So don't be afraid of social media. And he's absolutely right. You should be in everything, which leads me to the last thing. The secret to getting ahead is getting started. And I know it's a lot, and we mentioned a lot of platforms. Start with one. If you're not comfortable doing all of them at one time, start with one thing, master that one thing, and then you move to the next. It's just like most people say, the way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. It's the same thing. There's a lot. I know it's a lot, and it takes a lot of discipline. One of the other things that I encourage people to do, you should be time blocking. Otherwise, your day will go by. Obviously, realtors, at this time I'm doing this, at this time I'm doing this, at this time I'm doing this. Otherwise, what are you doing? And during those time blockings, one of the things is that to engage with your followers. So you maybe select an hour, maybe once a week, twice a week, whatever you want to do. I mean, I'm not telling you how to run your business, but you should have time blocked so that you can go through your social media and interact with your customers. And how do you do that? Facebook already creates a list for people in your sphere of friends. So for example, coworkers. I'm sure if you go into Facebook and go look for a list, it'll show you a bunch of like family, coworkers. It already bundles people in your group separately. So why not create a list just for customers? And what does the list do? When you select that list, let's say customers or buyers or sellers or past customers, you're only going to see in your feed those people that are in that list. So this is going to limit you, because realtors tend to be like squirrel. It's going to limit you looking at your cousin's stuff or your sister's things or your friend's posts. It's only going to show you the people on that list. So you can go down your list and like, oh my God, they just had a baby. Congratulations on the new baby. Congratulations on graduation. And you're interacting with those customers. And that's important also, because if you don't interact with people, your information doesn't show on their feed and their information doesn't show on your feed. So it's important that you engage with people. Otherwise, it's only going to show you the people that you're engaged with the most. So you need to engage with your customers. You have to engage with them so that their stuff also comes up, and you can see like things like that when they share something important in their life or something that you need to be connected with. So don't be afraid of it. Start one thing at a time. You're not going to break it. If it doesn't work, you don't like the page, you can start a new one. I've created many pages. I've used actually the same page that you see, my Westcore page was my real estate page. I just converted it to a Westcore page. And I use the same page. I have the same followers because they're real estate related. And I just keep growing that same page. So you just have to find a way that works best for you. But do not be afraid of it. And remember what I said also, do not post things. If you're afraid of something that you're going to share, then maybe you don't want somebody to see it, do not put it in social media. Because even if you're private, it's not. So those are my tips for that. Now let's get to the questions. Let me see.
Okay. Well, okay. So like I told you guys, like I started like doing this from this Ask the Real Estate Attorney thing. I was really started promoting on October 1st. I'm just looking at my Instagram. So I have 99 followers. So can someone please be my 100th follower? Just go on Instagram,
I like
Ask
that.
the Real Estate Attorney, and be my 100th follower, please. Okay. I don't know. Does anyone have any questions?
No, I'm looking
Okay.
at it now. Please follow my Instagram.
Yeah. And and I mentioned before, but Lorna mentioned before, you can like, create content and just set it for when it's going to be posted. It's not like you got to sit there and post all the time, Like I said, what I do with the YouTube, I have like I set it for every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning that it posts on its own. So I even forget about it sometimes, and then I look later on and I realize that it was posted, So it's not like you have to sit there all day long and do that. Well, someone asked, join a team or independent realtor. I mean, it's I guess anyone else can answer that. I mean, I'm not a realtor, but my opinion, it depends on your situation, really. If you're newer, I think a team is a great thing. It's a great way, to have like a mentor to get experience. It hopefully can give you some business, give you some leads. If you're more experienced, I think, probably, and you're able to generate your own business, I really probably don't think you really need a team. So I think it depends on your situation, really. But I think if you're a newer realty, a team is definitely a good thing because because there is so much to learn in real estate. There's so much things, I say that I tell people this all the time, and I also just no question is stupid. Like my first closing, I'll never forget it. It was a disaster. I had no idea what I was doing. I was pretending I knew what I was doing, so it's just, you learn. But again, I didn't have someone I could go to and ask questions to. I really didn't. So it's good to have, so as a team, it's having someone you can rely on, someone who can lead you the way. It's a good thing if you're a newer person. But as I said, I think, if you're more experienced, if you've been around, and able to generate your own business, team's not always, you really don't need it always. Someone asked, what's the difference between a story and a reel? Yeah.
Oh,
Someone just asked, actually,
story is shorter. Yeah, a story is the one that's 24 hours. It only stays for 24 hours. It's short. It's like, a couple seconds. Where a reel is like a movie. It could be longer, much longer. It does post on where you post your pictures, your regular profile. Those are great to get stuff out, depending your hashtag, depending obviously how many followers you have, because it gets a lot of traction. I got married last year, and I think I'm at I forgot how many thousands of views on a reel that I created from my wedding. So it just goes out there. But it's more, again, it's long. You can do longer. You can add music. You can add videos, pictures together. I do reels all the time. Instead of posting multiple pictures, I just create a reel. And it's just like a movie. You can just, like I said, different videos. You can put pictures. You can put words. Like if you want to type something, you can put music. You can put sounds. Whenever I have the dogs, I put little boing songs or little things like that to make it interactive or cute. But it's great. Another thing, I was terrified of doing reels. I didn't understand what it was. Delete it if you don't like it. You can edit it and just play around with it. You're not going to break it. Just try it. But reels are great. I mean, you can do like reel of the month, you know, and then you can have you walking, doing your showing, showing your new property. There's so many things that you can do with a reel, but it's really just a movie or a video.
Someone asked a couple more questions. Well, Elizabeth asked, well, first of all, hang on a second. One thing, Solomon asked if there's any teams I recommend. The truth is, I'm not here to promote anybody, but I know there are actually some team leaders on this call and some brokerages. I mean, you're welcome, I guess, if you want to put your email in, and if they see it and they want to reach out to you and you can meet with them and talk to them. But I'm not, so you could do that. Someone asked, okay, Elizabeth asked, can you use only the music that's on Instagram?
No, I think you can upload your music too. And I think also when you have a business page, it's going to limit the music that you're sharing. So they'll only have, if your account is a business account, it'll be like Instagram's like music. So you won't have like, like other musicians in there. Because again, I think you get into the copyright thing or like the right to use your music. So when it's a business account, it does change. It does limit your type of music, but you can upload music, your own or something else to it. Or you can do your voice. I did a video of a coffee cup, like just saying good morning. I put my picture on it and I just recorded myself saying good morning. It's time to get to work. I thought that was kind of cool. And that was through Canva. I got a video through Canva and just put my little tools in there and it worked. So, but yes, you can use your own music if you like.
Someone asked, do you have a list of hashtags you would recommend we use?
No, but I've Googled. There are some services and they're free. You can say, hashtags for, whatever content, real estate content or summer. I mean, you can just pretty much say anything and it'll pop up a bunch of them. Again, there's like a lot and some of them may not relate to what I'm posting. So I just kind of go through it and get ideas of hashtags that I want to use. I'm not like overly hashtagging person. I do like to do a couple, maybe 5 tops. But I definitely do Google like hashtags for what I'm trying to put out there, and it'll give me like tons of recommendations.
Any other questions? All right. Okay, so just before we wrap it up, first of all, Lorna, thank you so much for taking your time. Thank you for teaching this class. I just want to mention, like I said, Thursday we're doing a class on FERPTA, with foreign national sellers and stuff. So definitely if you're available, log on to that. As I mentioned, with that program that asktherealestateattorney.com, if you join and you're a member, we're going to have another $1,000 raffle on December 22nd. We're going to do free headshots for any members on December 19th. Like I said, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, we'll be doing classes. And also if you have any questions, reach out to me 7 days a week. Truthfully, I'm available, and that's the honest truth. Even if I'm not doing the closing, any help you need, just reach out to me. That's it. Any closing questions, anything? And I'm still waiting for that 100 subscriber on Instagram. So, all right. So let me see. Can you please share the link for the birthday class? Yeah, I'll be emailing those out. So, if you're not on my email list, send me an email. Hang on a second. Yeah, it's Giovanni at supremeclosings.com. All right. And as I said, Saturday I'm gonna do that Ask the Real Estate Attorney, where you can ask me any questions, and I'm gonna do like a legal update with new things that are going on. Yeah, as I said, December definitely got a lot of good things planned. So hope you join in on the different classes. And one thing, like I said, if right now you're slower, right now is the time to educate yourself. Really, that's why I say, like, when I meet people, let's say anywhere, they don't know anything about me. I could be the best attorney in the world. I could be the worst attorney in the world. They don't know anything about me. But when they hear me, let's say, speak on a topic, like let's say yesterday I did a contract class for the Miami board. And when I'm speaking on a topic for 3 hours straight, they're like, wow, this person, knows what they're doing, what they're talking about. And hopefully that, you know, impresses them where they're going to send me business. So it's the same thing with you. The more educated you are, the more you know the industry, you know, the more you know the market areas, the better it's going to make you, the better chance, you know, when you're meeting with someone that you're going to impress them and they're going to hire you. So, you know, if you do have free time right now, use it to educate yourself. You know, it's just going to make you a better realtor in the long run. There's no doubt about it. All right. All right. So thank you, everybody. I really appreciate everybody joining in, and hope to see you on Thursday. Thank you. Thank you, Lorna.
Thank you, Giovanni.
Thanks. Bye-bye.